So. Okay, my name is Kazuki Sagai in Azuan community in Japan. And I will introduce you the summary of our community. And and our community started on 2001. And one of our projects is to make an environment where children can grow up to be who they are. And our main theme is from solitary parenting to co-parenting. And in order to provide children with an environment where they can grow up in their own way, we started a children's home called Kinderhaus Cherish 7 years ago in the fall. When it comes to child rearing in Japan, there is a strong image of families raising their own children. Maybe not in Japan, but also the same situation in developed countries. And in the Suzuka community, we are working together to create an environment where every child can grow up to be his or her own person in a friendly, family-like environment with the involvement of various people in the community. The in co-raising is both co for community and co for cooperate. And provide an environment where children can grow up to be children. In other words, we try to provide an environment like a zero gravity space where there's no pressure or oppression physically or psychologically, and where others' convenience and ideas do not take priority. In an environment where nothing interferes with the child's will, we nurture a spirit of spontaneity and harmony in living with others. Emphasis is placed on growth of intellect and heart, the most important aspects of a human being. Provide learning opportunities for each individual to develop his or her humanity, intellect, and personality. It is an environment that creates the base for a life lived according to one's true heart. And these four fields, economy, ecology, society, culture, and economy, have no boundaries and are closely intertwined. In order to realize our goal of a society in which everyone can live with a true heart, it is essential to build a social system that comprehensively includes these four fields. We plan and realize businesses without upper and lower classes or orders, and in which everyone can express and fulfill themselves. And we also try a social system in which it's possible to live in friendly relations with an intimacy such as a family and an economy in which no money is involved. Diverse community businesses and all kinds of civic activities are developed voluntarily, and through these harmonious relationships and connections is constructed a community. We are also connected to the network of eco-villages and transition towns around the world. And to describe the relationship between school and community, here is a passage from my monthly community Saijik literary calendar. This is about the school for youth that we created in our community after 3 years of Cherish, the Science Academy. This is my literary calendar. It was 4 years ago in April 2018 that the Science Academy began in the Suzuka community, opening its doors to young men and women between the age of 18 and 40. So far, the community has prepared a place called the Academy. The members of the community have embraced the Academy students. This will not change in the future, but now a new trend is emerging. The Academy students themselves have created a place called the Academy. The Academy students create and embrace new Academy students. On April 8th, 7 new young people from Korea, Daejeon, Sujeon, Myunju, and Sugi, from 2 people, Japan, Sota and Tamaki, and 1 people from Switzerland, Yuria, will enter the academy. Then one after another from Japan and from around the world. They will become people who can melt into each other. They become people who can be welcomed. The Academy has come into its own as we approach the 5th year of the Academy. The floodgates have been opened. However, the early period of our community building conflicts arose when opinions differed, or when the opinions of those who could do the work or speak reasonably became stronger. In addition, we often ran short of money, which put pressure on those who did not work, caused constraint, and blamed those who spent more money. So many human problems erupted. We are confronted with a reality that was far from the ideal of a society where people can live peacefully and without conflict. Through such experiences, we focused on conversations. What is the meaning of conversation in the first place, and for what purpose? We may be talking without knowing what is conversation. That was the turning point of our community. These days, when we communicate, we are free to talk without restraints to say whatever we want, to listen to whatever we want, to be carefree, unrestrained, and unbounded. And how we act is up to the free will of the individual. In conversations at the Aswan Suzuka community, we talk and act freely. And I will introduce about science method. Science is abbreviation of scientific investigation of essential nature plus 0.0. We found on and universal method by which anybody can live according to their true wishes, both according to their true wishes and creating a happy society with conflicts cannot be achieved simply by wishing, but it's necessary to develop a method to make it happen. What we call the science method is a consistent method that begins with knowing the human being and continues to realizing the society where we can live in accordance with how the human being is. And such methods frees us from the fictions which are binding and afflicting us and enable us to realize a human way of life. This method is as follows. Consciousness of differences between humans' ideas and facts or real states. Second, observation of facts and real states. Third, investigation into the essential and intrinsic nature. Fourth, manifest the ideal. It's the revolution of the human intellect based on people's intelligence, and we carry out this revolution as we synchronize the transformation of people's inner side and the change of society. This method can be applied everywhere. Currently, it is introduced not only in Japan, but also in Korea, Brazil, and Switzerland. As each person grows to be able to communicate, become a person who can communicate, the true conversations are realized, and the community is nurtured and grows through the conversations. The place for conversations is a free space with a good view where people can connect with each other in a familiar way without psychological pressure or the need to protect themselves. In other words, the realization of conversation is also the realization of a society where anybody can live gently without conflicts according to their true wishes. This is our Suzuka community activities and based on Science School and Science Institute. This is one of our typical structure of our movement and activities. Thank you.